causes the narcissist the greatest pain more than anything in the world. Hello everyone, welcome back to our video. Today, we're delving into the intricate dynamics of narcissistic behavior, particularly focusing on their responses when their needs remain unfulfilled, especially within personal interactions. Narcissists are individuals characterized by a pronounced sense of self-importance and an insatiable appetite for attention and admiration. However, beneath this facade of confidence lies a profound susceptibility to criticism and setbacks, particularly when their lofty expectations remain unmet. Typically, narcissists approach relationships with a singular objective: to assert dominance and control over their partners. The acquisition of power within the relationship is paramount for narcissists, as it affords them leverage to manipulate and exploit the dynamic to their advantage. Central to their agenda is the cultivation of a dependency within their partner that renders the notion of departure or resistance inconceivable. To this end, narcissists meticulously orchestrate their pursuit of an ideal partner. They invest significant effort in uncovering vulnerabilities, whether stemming from past traumas or unfulfilled aspirations, which they then exploit to craft a persona tailored to meet their partner's needs and assuage their emotional wounds, thus rendering themselves indispensable. Yet, this veneer of perfection is merely a facade. When confronted with dissatisfaction or dissent, narcissists employ tactics aimed at further entrenching dependency, while simultaneously devaluing their partner to the extent that the prospect of leaving or seeking alternative companionship appears untenable. In essence, the behavior of narcissists within relationships is characterized by a calculated manipulation designed to assert control and maintain dominance, perpetuating a cycle of dependence and exploitation. Once a narcissist establishes a valued friendship, they begin to impose expectations upon it. In their narcissistic worldview, they anticipate complete submission and unwavering loyalty from their partner, devoid of any unpredictable behavior that might bruise their fragile self-esteem. Narcissists are meticulous in safeguarding their emotional well-being and demand reciprocity in this regard from their partners. The irony lies in the fact that, even upon finding an ostensibly perfect partner, someone imbued with compassion, empathy, and a willingness to make sacrifices for the relationship, the narcissist's appreciation for these qualities diminishes over time. Their conduct and thoughts gradually betray a waning regard for their partner, signaling a diminishing sense of value. Eventually, they begin to exhibit behaviors indicative of self-sufficiency, acting as though they no longer require their partner's presence. Consequently, the relationship deteriorates, with the narcissist's initial admiration and dependency morphing into apathy and disinterest. This pattern often recurs in the intricate choreography of selfish relationships, underscoring the convoluted dynamics at play. Narcissists employ a tactic of feigned indifference towards their partners, a subtle form of psychological manipulation inherent to such relationships. Through words, actions, and behaviors, they convey to their partners that their presence is dispensable, fostering a sense of insecurity and insignificance. Over time, the partner may internalize this narrative, believing that their absence would have minimal impact on the narcissist's well-being. However, this narrative belies the intricacy of the connection. Narcissists habitually test the boundaries of their relationships, employing bluffing tactics as a means of asserting dominance. When the partner decides to call the narcissist's bluff, that's when the real unraveling begins. It's not merely a matter of petty squabbles anymore. It's about those pivotal moments when the partner, feeling sidelined and disregarded, chooses to take the narcissist at their word. They may utter phrases like, "If this is how things are going to be, perhaps it's best if we part ways," or "It seems you're content without me, so maybe it's time for me to move on. In essence, this marks the partner's challenge to the narcissist's assertion of indifference towards the relationship by demonstrating readiness to sever ties. Initially, the narcissist may brush off these declarations, perhaps even concurring that it's for the best. However, the dynamics shift dramatically when the partner initiates concrete steps towards departure, gathering their belongings and orchestrating plans to dissolve the relationship due to enduring disparagement or outright rejection by the narcissist. This transcends mere idle threats of departure. The partner's actions signal a resolute readiness to forge ahead without the narcissist. By taking these definitive measures, the partner unequivocally calls the narcissist's bluff and declares, "If you claim to thrive without me, then I shall facilitate that reality for you." It's a decisive declaration of departure. I am truly leaving. When a partner walks away, even if the narcissist puts on a facade of indifference, their departure disrupts the narcissist's control and prompts introspection about their own sense of autonomy and dominance within the relationship. This pivotal moment heralds a shift in power dynamics, forcing the ego to confront the ramifications of its words and actions. The partner's decision to leave, fueled by the narcissist's assertions of insignificance, compels the narcissist to confront the reality of their behavior and the fallacy of their supposed independence. The irrevocable nature of the departure inflicts profound wounds upon the narcissist's ego, resonating across various levels of their being. For the narcissist, this departure serves as a harsh awakening, shattering the illusion of control they had cultivated. The stark realization dawns upon them. They never truly held sway over the person they believed they did. This newfound awareness strikes fear into the narcissist's core, as it forces them to acknowledge their loss of dominion, highlighting the departure as a direct challenge to their authority. As the realization sets in, the narcissist comes to grips with the loss of a crucial source of narcissistic supply. This term encompasses the attention, adulation, emotional sustenance, or validation that feeds the narcissist's ego and bolsters their self-worth. Each passing day serves to underscore the absence of this once abundant supply previously bestowed by the departed individual. The narcissist's craving for validation intensifies, yet avenues to attain it dwindle, exacerbating feelings of despair and disorientation. Furthermore, the departure of the individual unveils the narcissist's prior arrogance and self-assuredness, dismantling their flawed cognition and exaggerated sense of self-importance, piercing through their facade of superiority. For the narcissist, this ordeal proves deeply unsettling, as it directly challenges and undermines their identity. The realization that their grandiose self-image is not as impregnable as presumed inflicts profound emotional distress. This scenario illuminates a painful truth about narcissists: their fervent desire for control. The departure of the individual, despite potential codependency and lingering emotional scars, serves as a stark reminder to the narcissist that they cannot perpetually exert dominion over others. Despite investing considerable effort into initiating and sustaining the relationship, the individual's exit initially underscores the inherent volatility and unpredictability inherent in such relationships. This realization not only amplifies the narcissist's sense of vulnerability, but also dawns upon them the arduous task of seeking and cultivating a new wellspring of validation. At their essence, narcissists harbor an aversion to grappling with the raw realities of life. They dedicate their existence to evading encounters with harsh truths, perceiving them as threats to the immaculate facade they meticulously construct. Thank you for tuning in. If you found this insight beneficial, please consider hitting the like button, leaving a review, and sharing this video with others who may benefit from it. Don't forget to subscribe for more strategies and insights on navigating relationships with narcissists and fostering personal growth. Your support enables us to continue providing valuable information. Ultimately, cohabitating with a narcissist can exact a toll on one's emotional well-being and give rise to numerous challenges. Individuals embroiled in such relationships must unravel the intricacies of narcissistic behavior, particularly their responses to unmet expectations and perceived challenges to their authority. I implore those entangled in relationships with narcissists to seek liberation. Reach out to trusted friends, family, or mental health professionals for guidance and support. Together, we can navigate through these complexities and embark on a journey towards emotional freedom and empowerment. Those who have recently extricated themselves from the grip of a narcissist should take pride in this significant achievement. Remember to prioritize your own well-being and safety, establishing boundaries to safeguard yourself from further harm. While it may be tempting to dwell on how the narcissist is coping in your absence, redirect your focus towards your own healing journey. Invest your time and energy in activities and relationships that bring you joy and fulfillment. Thank you once again for tuning in, and remember, you are not alone in this journey. Coping with narcissists can be challenging, but together, we can navigate through it and emerge stronger. Hey there, fellow movie buffs. Welcome back to another thrilling flick. Before we dive into the heart of the matter, I'd like to extend a warm invitation for you to hit that subscribe or follow button and embark on this exhilarating journey of exploring our futures together. To all the new members joining my tribe of subscribers and followers, a hearty welcome. You're now part of our extended family, and I'm delighted to have you on board. It's fantastic to see you returning and finding value in the content I share. Your time is truly appreciated. If you enjoy what you see, please consider showing your support by clicking the like button. It's our tribe's way of thriving here in the YouTube community. Today, let's delve into the fascinating world of narcissists and the whirlwind of emotions that ensue once you've bid them adieu. Indeed, the pain sets in the moment you walk away. So, without further ado, shall we dive right in? The curtain has fallen, and the act of parting ways has unfolded. Whether the breakup was initiated by you or the narcissist, the outcome remains the same. You've exited the stage. As I mentioned in a previous film, it seems you've now seized control of the narrative. It's as if you've snatched the spotlight and bolted like lightning. With you gone, let's unravel the aftermath, left in the hands of a certain comedic character attempting to navigate the fallout solo. Alright, let's map out the journey of pain step by step, so you grasp the full spectrum of what's to come. Now, for those tuning in who've traversed this territory before, you might have caught wind of it through the grapevine. Those so-called flying monkeys or other remnants of the narcissist's circle. That's where the ache first takes root. Those in close proximity to the narcissist have witnessed this cycle unfold repeatedly post your departure. They'll keep mum, though, especially to family, masking the truth of the recurring pattern. They won't divulge that you're just one in a series of similar encounters, each ending the same way. Nope, that tidbit of intel won't make it your way. So, the narcissist kicks into overdrive. The smear campaign was already in motion long before your exit strategy came into play. Now the focus shifts to their inner circle, now that you've commandeered the spotlight and made your exit. Allow me to channel the narcissist's perspective, imagining she's a woman, as I'm one myself, aiming to capture the essence of her likely narrative. In her shoes, she'd likely lament, "I warned you from the get-go about her instability. I made it clear she was incessantly trying to assert control, always needing to be right. There were moments she'd begrudge my time with friends or my childhood pals. I mean, those friendships are decades old, and we've been tight-knit since we were kids. She always had her nose in my business, monitoring my every move. I'm a grown woman, for crying out loud. Hey guys, this narrative can resonate with you too. Some of these lines are probably echoes of what a female narcissist has uttered or would utter to her inner circle. You know, he never wanted me hanging out with my girlfriends, she'd claim. It always seemed like he was suspicious, thinking I was sneaking around or keeping secrets. He craved too much control. This is the script they're peddling to the flying monkeys. It's the tale they spin within their clique, and to anyone willing to lend an ear. This is their version of events. All right, gather round, folks, for those ready to listen to this jester, this caricature sporting a crown of 10, as one of our tribe aptly dubbed it, got to chuckle. But let's stay on track. This is the narrative they're weaving. Here's where the pain kicks in. But let's not forget, they've run this playbook many times, so they're pros at executing their scheme. Before they even started smearing your name, they were already seeing someone else on the side. But they're strategic about who they rope into believing your supposed bad rep, all right? They cherry-pick their audience because they know once the breakup goes down, they'll need those people they've tainted your image with. These are the same folks who were vocal critics, with strong opinions when you were together. Think about it. They were essentially undermining you, my dear. Right from the start, they had their reservations about you, evident in how they treated you initially. In the beginning, they might have appeared friendly, showering you with compliments like, "Oh, she's so kind, so smart, so this, so that." They'd seek out those who were outspoken with their praise, saying things like, "She's stunning, intelligent, and all around amazing." This all unfolded as the relationship, or as I prefer to call it, the addiction-ship, with the narcissist began to unravel, revealing nonsensical discrepancies. And gentlemen, my noble kings, you can easily flip the scenario and apply it to yourselves. So, they'd approach these individuals and sow seeds of doubt, launching a premeditated assault on your character. Essentially, they harbored negative sentiments about you long before the discard. If you invited them somewhere, they'd decline with excuses like, "Sorry, we're tied up with other plans," when in reality, they were actively participating in the smear campaign against you. They weren't genuinely occupied. They simply didn't want to be in your presence. They kept their distance because the narcissist had been feeding them lies and affirmations that aligned with their agenda. Always remember, a narcissist orchestrates every move with precision. Now let's revisit the topic of pain. Yes, they had already begun spreading falsehoods about you well before the breakup even occurred. Once the discard happened, they had to escalate their deceitful crusade hastily. Now, let me narrate what unfolded next. They reached out to the same individuals they had initially tainted your reputation with, maybe a sibling, perhaps your mother, or anyone else in their clique foolish enough to swallow their lies. They spun their tales to anyone in their inner circle, their close friends of any gender, or anyone willing to lend an ear. That's their target audience. They had a clear idea of who to approach because when they introduced you to their circle, they already knew who would harbour resentment towards you. Why? Because you shine too brightly, you exude wisdom, and your radiance is something they envy. Where there's one narcissist, there's usually another lurking in the shadows, regardless of what you believe. Moreover, they never held affection for you, darling. Right from the start, they harboured disdain towards you. They foresaw that their association with you would inevitably conclude, and this is where the agony commences. Who will foot the bill for their gas now? I said it before. Who will prepare their meals? since you often rectified the narcissist's blunders, who will ensure the debts they left behind are settled. Granted, they hardly contributed anything substantial, yet you tolerated them out of love. I know this firsthand. I've been there, done that. I even have a t-shirt to prove it. They're all critics, you see. The narcissist then turns to those who hold a grudge against them. They're primed to finish what they started. But wait, there's more. The smear campaign persists. Who will cover their gas expenses now? They'll have to rely on their new supply, which pales in comparison. Yes, I said it. And I mean it. The new, less capable supply that can't offer even a fraction of what you provided. And here's why. Within the mind of a narcissist lingers this notion that the grass is greener on the other side. As I've mentioned before, they remain oblivious to the dirt beneath the surface until they flip the turf. I wish they'd invested the effort to nurture their own patch of grass. Alas, the bitter reality is they lack the capability to do so. Their inherent selective ignorance, coupled with their disorder, renders them incapable. I've stated it, and I stand by it. They cannot think clearly. When you encounter someone devoid of rational thought, rest assured, you've stumbled upon a true fool. You've exited the scene, assuming control of the power source, leaving them in the dust, my dear. Now the narcissist must turn to their minions, their flying monkeys, who now foot the bill for gas and prepare their meals. These flying monkeys will reach out to you, acting as proxies for the narcissist. The cycle of manipulation begins anew. They'll utter phrases like, "Hey, how have you been? So-and-so filled us in on what transpired, and we think it's only fair to hash things out and possibly reconcile. After all, there are children involved, and perhaps some time apart for reflection is warranted. You might even contemplate returning to that chaotic scenario. I'm not buying it." To entertain the idea of reverting to the past. You might be engulfed in agony, feeling as though a fragment of your soul has been lost in the process. But here's a revelation. It's far preferable to endure the pain now and release it than to entertain the thought of returning to that chaos. Once you've moved forward, the pain sets in because the new supply fails to fulfill the narcissist's desires, falling short of meeting their needs. This deficiency is inevitable with the replacement, as their allure vanished the moment you exited the stage. While you were the primary source of sustenance, fulfilling all their whims, they indulged in leisure activities carefree, often without gainful employment to contribute to the household's upkeep. You shouldered the burdens while they gallivanted, deceiving you while you toiled away, only to return home with a smile plastered on their face. What's happening now, my dear? The entourage and those trusty flying monkeys are scrambling to fill the void left by your absence. Yes, the calls will start trickling in, if they haven't already, urging you to engage in dialogue. What's your take? If the phone rings while you're tuned into this feature, let them know where you stand. Understand that I've closed the door on dialogues with someone who evidently holds no regard for my well-being. When you dissect the situation, it becomes apparent they never harbored genuine interest in you. Recognizing you were entangled with a calamitous figure, they chose silence. Why entertain their overtures now? All they seek is to alleviate their own burdens by shifting the blame back onto you. But you can keep that burden. It's yours to bear. I'm forging ahead with my life now that I've reclaimed control. Let them manage the pandemonium. They should handle it as they found it. Agreed. The pain commences now that I've moved forward. Let them grapple with the consequences and live with their choices because, let's face it, they showed no concern when you were suffering and airing grievances about their family's misconduct. Instead, they were too preoccupied relaying every word back to the narcissist. Now that you've progressed, Let them grapple with the repercussions of their actions. Keep your distance. It's all part of the strategy. As I always advocate, crank it up to the max. Stay attuned to your instincts and intuition, and elevate your energy and vibe. That's the key to steering clear of these individuals. Crank up the volume. They aren't concerned about your well-being. Remember that the agony begins for them now that you've departed. Let that troop of flying monkeys and their newfound source of supply be their companions in suffering. It's a wrap. Before we wrap up this video, I want to remind everyone to stay blessed and favored. Catch you in the next one. Before you go, don't forget to smash that like button if you enjoyed the content. Drop a comment below to share your thoughts or anecdotes. Feel free to spread the word by sharing this video with others if you believe it could benefit them. Lastly, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button to receive our latest content directly in your inbox. Thank you for your support, and we're committed to continuing to provide valuable insights. Stay resilient, everyone. Until next time.